How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. Nothing too crazy happened in the last episode, except a lovely game of zombie tag, which is pretty much just infected, if you guys are aware of how that all works. So nothing too important happened, I guess. Just some fun antics amongst our main characters, nothing too crazy, as far as I can tell. So we will jump back in and see what crazy antics or important bits come up here. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out once again. I had agreed to meet with Rena to dig Colonel Randy out of that mountain of treasure from before.
母さん、うちに軍手ってあるかな？あとタオル。
表の物置の中になかった？タオルは洗面所ね。
Alright, now I was all ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically.
何、ケイチ。すごいいでたちでどこへお出かけ？
If they come to dump again illegally, he'll be buried completely and it will be impossible to dig him out. And if that happens, Rena will undoubtedly go after the Colonel Randy in front of the fried chicken place in town.
ちょっと発掘に。クラスメートを犯罪者にしないために。
Pretty much.
はあ？あまり遅くならないようにね。
Thank you for not questioning that too much there. Mom returned to the kitchen with a puzzled expression still on her face. Works for me, I suppose. Cutting through the woods as a shortcut to the dam site, I ran into someone. Oh, it's him! It was Tomotake-san, probably taking pictures of wild birds again with that precious camera of his. It couldn't be that all he took pictures of was handsome young men in the twilight.
Yeah, 久しぶり。ケイチ君だったよね。
How the hell did you remember our name?
どうもその説は。
I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without inciting anything.
そういえば、彼女は君の知り合いだよね。
He was probably talking about Rena. I'm guessing by the way Tomotake-san was shaken up.
あれは一体何だったんだい？彼女が不気味のナタを持って歩いてるんだよ。それもニヤニヤと笑いながら。
That was Rena without a doubt. Yeah, out of context, probably would seem a little, suspicious. I expect that she was grinning in anticipation of taking Colonel Randy home.
身に危険を察して隠れたけど、警察に電話した方がいいんじゃないかな。
Well, it certainly would be quite the spectacle for a girl of her age to be roaming around with a hatchet. Tomotake-san's reaction was the epitome of logical.
いいんです、いいんです。ほっといてください。また犠牲者を探して徘徊しているだけですから。
Tomotake-san was alarmed by my crass response. I think anybody would. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand Rena. I'll just toss out a bunch of baloney.
富武さんがここで殺されたら、多分犯人はあいつです。せいぜい嗅ぎ回らないようにすることですね。
With a condescending smirk, I started off in the direction of the dam site where Rena was waiting. Before I got too far, Tomotake-san abruptly called out to me.
ケイチ君、それよそ者の僕への警告のつもりかい？
I didn't mean that seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but...
せいぜい気をつけることにするよ。
We really should have asked him about that other thing. Leaving only those words behind, Tomotake-san turned around and left. I didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I wasn't really implying anything when I said that. It was only meant to be a joke, but it felt like I'd said something bad. Yeah, probably. Probably should have been a little bit more serious, but we are young, and we are stupid. And we are digging through trash. I understood what Tomotake-san was trying to say. Somebody gallivanting about while waving a hatchet around certainly would seem dangerous.
ナタは鞘とかをかぶせて持ってこい。無気味はさすがにまずいだろ。
なくしちゃったみたいで、ないんだもん。
Thinking about it, there really was no need to try and keep up appearances. Everyone in Hinamizawa probably already knew about Rena's eccentricities. I said that wrong. She's probably the only person who could carry a hatchet around Hinamizawa and not be considered suspicious.
まあいっか。今日で決めるぜ。最後の針をぶっ壊せば引きずり出せるはずさ。準備万端。任せとけ。
I took the hatchet from Rena and made my way up to the unstable slope.
待っててね、ランディ君。今、ケイチ君が助け出してくれるからね。
よっしゃ、下がってな。一気に蹴りをつけてやるぜ。
I mean, fingers crossed and all. A solid thwack rang throughout Hinamizawa as if the job was being done by a lumberjack.
どう？うまくいきそう？無理そうだったら無理しなくていいよ。
ここさえ折れれば、あとはなんとかなる。今日は気力も充実。いける！
Yeah, I don't know where our motivation's coming from, but this adversary, am I saying things correct today? Was more formidable than I expected. I know adversity. First of all, I'd never used a hatchet before. During a school camping trip, I had wanted to split the wood, but I had lost rock, paper, scissors and wasn't able to do it. Because the spot where I was standing was so unstable, I soon became tired and decided to take a break. Rena had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets.
大丈夫。もう一息。今夜レナが寝るときには、ランディ君にお休みのキスができるようになってるさ。
ありがとう。ランディ君、お休みのキス。
そういえば、レナも転校生だったんだろ？前はどこに住んでたんだよ。
I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. I had thought she lived here all her life.
お、関東の方だよ。
Oh yeah?
ここほどじゃないけど、やっぱり田舎だったかな。
なんで引っ越してきたんだよ。ひなみ沢に。ほら、ここって結構田舎だろ？
ケイチ君はなんで引っ越してきたの？お父さんの仕事と関係あるのかな？
うちの親父がアトリエを移したいって言い出したんだよ。こういう山奥がいいって前々から言っててさ。
アトリエ？ケイチ君のお父さんって芸術家さんなの？
Wait, was this not established?
風景画ばっかり描いてる。年に2回くらいはどっかで個展を開いてるらしい。
Sorry, I was about to get a drink. When he started, his works were displayed in an industry plaza in Tokyo, but now they're exhibited in the Makuhari Messe. He's determined to have them displayed in the Waterfront International Exhibition Hall.
それってすごいね。今度レナにも見せてね。
Alright, I got my drink. I was too embarrassed to tell her that I didn't really know what kind of pictures my father painted. Well, eventually I would. I picked myself up while giving some vague answers.
でも、楽器途中の転校だったんでしょ？大変じゃなかった？
別に。都会ってのには飽きてたし。
Really? I was trying to get answers from Rena, but I ended up being the one giving out all the answers. With a bit of a wry smile on my face, I grabbed the handle of the hatchet and headed back to worksite. How would I feel about living in a place like this? The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The Higurashi began their song as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Rena as I worked, but now I didn't have that luxury. I had swung the hatchet countless times today just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recalled that passage from the tabloid, a little randomly, but alright. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people ever. But it happens. With one last swing, the beam cracked apart. The weight I put behind the hatchet not only split through the beam, but smashed the statue's shoulder as well. The arm came off with a sickening sound. It clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet.
Oh.
That's probably not good.
どうしたの？大丈夫？
ごめん。
Oh, sorry, my bad.
人形の腕壊しちゃったよ。
なんだ、ケイチ君が怪我をしたんじゃないかって思っちゃった。
Now, I probably had a really guilty look on my face. Rena said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled.
ガムテープとかでくっつけて、その上に上着を着せるもの。絶対わからないよ。
そっか。じゃあ引っ張り出そうぜ。そっち持ってくれるか。
How big is this thing? They still haven't found one of the arms. I laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering the arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Both Rena and Mio knew how sickening that incident was, so they pretended that they didn't know. I had looked it up all by myself. And shamefully enough, I was scared.
情けないぜ、前原圭一。よっしゃ、レナ。一気に行くぞ。せーの。
やった！やったよ、ケイチ君！わーい！
The right time to give 3 cheers. That moment of 2 days of work bearing fruit. He who was brought to Hinamizawa covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to welcome him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Randy. Your new master is a pretty decent person.
わー、ランディ君だ！やっぱかいいよ！
It didn't matter that he was dirty. Rena nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. I was dead tired, but seeing Rena's happy face made it all worth it.
じゃあ手伝うから持っていこうぜ。暗くなるとまずいだろう。
そうだね。ケイチ君、本当にありがとうね。この恩は忘れないね。
恩返しは何がいいか、よく考えておくよ。
どんな恩返しだろう。恩返しだろう。
For now, I would just hold back my evil cackle. We were ready to take it to her house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in the tarp and lifted him. Damn, it really must have been large. And so Jack and Jill went down the hill carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed hatchet. Yeah, that seems like a great thing. So it is that large, okay. I had a wrong impression. I prayed that we wouldn't run into Tomotake-san. If he saw us here and took a picture, we'll need to get rid of him. LOL, why is that in the text? Is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Something struck me as odd about the words Tomotake-san, unable to grasp my sense of humor, had left behind. I don't think he's fishy in any sort of way, by the way. Like, I'm not suspecting him of anything. There's really no reason to suspect anyone right now. Nothing's really happened. If anything would happen. Oh, we acquired a tip. What kind of name is Rena? So, I don't suspect him of being, you know, a miscellaneous character. Or a mischievous, not miscellaneous, excuse me. But, I don't think he's a bad guy in any sort of way. I don't think I would trust him. Not right off the bat. He does look kind of fit, though.
レナがいないです。ケイチは知りませんですか？
あれ、たった今までそこにいたのにな。おいミオ、レナはどこ行ったんだ？
レナ？お手洗いじゃない？覗きたいなら止めないけど通報するからね。
Okay, I didn't need to hear that part. I hadn't heard anything about that.
サトコ、レナを知りませんですか？レナさんですの？さっき廊下ですれ違いましたよ。レナさんは日直だから花壇にお水をやらないといけませんので。
ああ、レナが日直か。そりゃお疲れ様なことで。
Rena, Rena, Rena. Upon hearing it repeated, a thought came to mind. It's rude to say this about someone's name, but it was a weird name. It was like some foreigner's name.
レナってどういう名前なんだろうな。
Wasn't that
レナって漢字だとどうなるんだ？
wasn't that the name of one of the characters in like Everlasting Summer or whatever? That's recorded up on my channel, by the way. Not entirely, but definitely like a first run through the game, and I think like a couple other runs to find other routes. I think there was a character that had that name. I don't remember anything about the game, but I really should revisit that someday.
レナはあだ名なのです。ちゃんとした名前がありますですよ。
え、そうなのか？俺はてっきり竜宮レナってのが本名だと思ってたよ。
まあ確かにレナさんとしか呼んでませんから間違えるのも無理はないですわね。
She even signs her name as Rena. It's like her real name in school.
本当の名前はなんて言うんだろうな。レナが戻ってきたら聞いてみるかな。
Sadako and Rika-chan looked at each other.
聞かなくてもいいですよ。僕たちが教えてあげますです。
Oh, okay.
お礼の礼に奈良の名。竜宮レイナが本名ですのよ。
Okay.
レイナか。
So, like, instead of a Rena, it's like a Reina? Is that it?
それでレイナじゃなくてレナって読むのか？面白い読み方だよな。
いいえ、違いますです。レイナで正しいのです。レナさんが言ったのですわ。レナと呼んでほしいって。だからレナさんなのですわ。
ケイちゃん、レナはレナだよ。レーナって呼ぶのは他人だけ。そこんとこ分かってるよね。
So we're friends. I understood what Mion was saying. It didn't matter what her real name was, only what names we used between us. Rena Ryugu is Rena. She's nobody other than that.
思ったんだけどさ、自己申請すれば俺も今日からあだ名で呼ばれるのか？
面白けりゃね。なんて呼ばれたいわけ？
越後屋。
Well, I mean, that could work. Rena then came back into the classroom. One of the juniors near the door told Rena people were looking for her.
あれあれ？誰かレナのことを探してたかな？
Seeing that, both Mion and I sneered.
お代官様、竜宮めがまんまと現れましたぞ。
What the hell is happening?
いちごや、主も悪よな。うわほほほほ。
何かなケイチ君とミーちゃんが悪代官だよ。いちご屋だよ。
おのれ竜宮レナの助、ここであったが100年目でおじゃる。いざ覚悟。
スケさん、カクさん、こらしめてやりなさい。
Wait, who? What?
さあですわ。報酬はスイス銀行に入れてほしいのです。
Since it's come to this, we have no choice. We'll just have a grand battle with 5 people. Rena's fierce punches exploded just as soon as she had shown her seal. The evil that was Mion and myself was vanquished in the end.
レナにはぜひ世直しの旅に出てもらいたいもんだ。永田町なんかどうだ？
ダメだよ。旅先でかいものちょろまかすから。
The toll of the bell signaled that break time was over.
ほらほら、ケイチ君もミーちゃんも先生来るよ。
I took Rena's hand and stood up. It was just as the teacher had entered the classroom. Just one more hour. Man, oh man. Gotta buckle down for one more. That last part was interesting, to say the least. I don't really know how else to describe that, but whatever. We'll continue on for a little bit.
どうだったケイちゃん？
レナさんの家に行ったでございますか？すごかったでしょ？そんなことないよね。
Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. It was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. They were all the same as Colonel Randy, stuff you'd see while walking around in town. The cake shop's mascot, Little Lucky. The Totalmon in front of the pharmacy. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. How is she acquiring these things?
そこまでは100歩譲って可愛いことにしてもいい。だがあの郵便ポストは変だぞ。ああいうのってまずいんじゃないのか？
だって、可愛いんだもん。
She must have just thought about it because her face filled with delight, excuse me.
出かけりゃいいのか？出かけりゃ。
で、お部屋には小さいものがごっちゃりと陳列してありますの。前に拝見したことがあるでございますわ。
で、リカちゃんみたいな可愛い子は地下室にしまうのか？
何でもしまっちゃうよ。
Yeah, apparently.
可愛い。
So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended.
なあレナ、ニューヨークに自由の女神ってあるだろ？あれ可愛いか？
可愛いよ。欲しいよ。
The US should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty really will take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not-so-distant future. Wasn't there like a Family Guy bit where like they had the foot of the Statue of Liberty? Like, I don't know anything about, you know, the Statue of Liberty in terms of like who owns it and all that. So I'm not exactly sure, you know, how selling portions of it or the entirety of it would go, or even the transportation of said statue. My apologies. Oh wait, nope, that's what she said. It's not what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm getting completely lost now. Rika-chan had returned.
職員室に呼ばれるなんて面白くないよな。
I can't use the I'm tired excuse because it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
失礼な。リカはケイチさんのような不良とは違うでございます。
I mean, I wouldn't really refer to ourselves as a hoodlum.
違うよ、ケイチくん。リカちゃんはお祭りの実行委員さんなの。
祭り？学校の文化祭かなんかの？
ケイちゃん、この前言ったじゃん。村祭りだよ。綿流しのお祭り。
Oh yeah, we were told about that, huh? Come to think of it, she did say that there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break.
その綿流しって何なんだ？灯籠流しみたいなもんか？
最後に沢に流すってとこだけは同じかな。
傷んで使えなくなったお布団とかトテラとかにね、ご苦労様って感謝して供養しながら沢に流すお祭りなの。
The people living in Hinamizawa dumped their futons and padded cloaks in a stream? It sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Yeah, probably. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I could smell it already.
それじゃあサマーキャンプですわ。ケイチさんって意外に想像力貧困でございますのね。
なんで俺がくだらん想像をしたことが分かった？
表情に出てましたです。
What sort of face could have expressed what I had just imagined? Honestly. Rena demonstrated for me. I see. No argument here.
まあそんなに面白いものじゃないけどさ、楽しみにしてりゃいいじゃん。
みんなで行こう。当日は迎えに行くからね。
I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going.
退屈どころか今年もやるぜ
Mion's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was this all about? From the way Mion looked, it was probably...
我が部の夏の風物詩綿流し祭4強爆投
Oh no.
センスねえ。なんだよそのネーミングは。
レナは可愛い名前だと思うけどな。
I tried to object sharply, but since Rena looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it.
ケイイチもいますから、今年は5強爆投になりますです。
I was gonna say, the whole 4 didn't make a lot of sense. Rika-chan made a small correction in light of my presence.
で、この仰々しいネーミングの部活動とお祭りがどう結びつくんだ？
It's a good question to ask. We'll get an answer, hopefully, in the next episode. I really don't have the time to record more, so I'm kind of having to stop here. I apologize on that one. But next time, I'll try to deliver a little bit longer of an episode. Just a little longer. Just a little. And no promises, actually. I'm not good at those. Well, thank you all for watching this episode. Nothing too crazy, but definitely continuing to make me think about that incident. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, anything else. All is helpful. All is not lost or whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.